Some people collect classic cars. I collect classic boats, specifically military patrol boats. As a retired U.S. Navy officer, I spent years serving on the water. When I left active duty, I purchased a decommissioned PBR, the kind we used in Vietnam. It was restored, fully legal, and docked on the lake attached to my 40-acre ranch in rural Georgia. I thought I'd live quietly, take it out every few weekends, maybe teach my grandkids how to handle a craft with history. That dream went sideways the moment our local HOA got involved, led, of course, by Karen. Karen was the self-declared queen of Lakewood Estates, a luxury lakeside community built up around my older property. She didn't like that I had a military-grade warship, as she called it, in her lake view. Mind you, the lake wasn't owned by the HOA. Half of it, including the dock and deep water section, belonged to me, verified by decades-old survey maps and land deeds. Still, Karen demanded I remove my boat, claiming it was too aggressive-looking and didn't fit the aesthetic of the neighborhood. I calmly told her the boat was legally permitted, and I even provided the historic documentation from the Naval Heritage Command. I thought that was the end of it, until I woke up one morning to find the patrol boat sunk. The dock lines had been cut. Someone had removed the bilge plug, letting the boat fill in list overnight. The only reason it wasn't at the bottom of the lake was thanks to a watertight bulkhead in the hull. I called the county sheriff. The deputy arrived, took one look, and muttered, "This isn't vandalism. This was deliberate." I had surveillance footage. The cameras at the dock were motion-triggered, and they captured everything. At 2:03 a.m., a figure in a wide-brimmed sun hat and HOA jacket crept down the slope, flashlight in hand. Karen, instead of pressing charges right away, I called in a favor. My old Navy buddy, now a forensic accountant and legal consultant. See, Karen had done more than vandalize a military vessel. That gave me leverage, and I intended to use it. While my friend repaired and refloated the patrol boat, I quietly attended HOA meetings, asked innocent questions, and began digging. The community had been complaining for months about missing funds, delayed maintenance, and sudden hikes in dues. Karen always brushed them off with rising costs. But once we looked through the HOA's public tax records, we spotted red flags. Massive landscaping fees paid to a shell company. Overpriced security cameras never installed. Legal fees paid to an attorney who didn't exist. Turns out Karen had created 3 fake companies under slightly different names and funneled over $3 million in HOA funds into them over the course of 4 years. She lived large, 2 new vehicles, a private boat of her own, lavish vacations posted all over her social media. She thought no one would notice because no one could connect the dots, until she sank the wrong boat. I took my restored Navy patrol boat out during the community's 4th of July party. Flag flying, engines humming. Parked it right next to the main HOA dock, where Karen was giving her annual speech. Then I stepped up, handed her a packet of evidence, and said, "Karen, you didn't just sink my boat, you sank your whole scam." Sheriffs and state investigators arrested her within days. The HOA board resigned in disgrace, and the community appointed a financial oversight committee. Karen's home, car, and personal boat were seized to repay restitution. She's now facing federal fraud charges with up to 20 years possible. And my patrol boat? It's now docked proudly at the marina, fully restored, with a brass plate that reads, "The boat that sank the HOA." Turns out sometimes justice doesn't come in a courtroom. It comes portside, with the stars and stripes flying high.